So you finally installed Unity and it's time for some action but don't know where to start. If that's the case, this video should do the job. In this video we'll be covering the most basics of Unity. So let's jump into the video. Open up Unity Hub. Click on New Project and choose the 3D template. You can name the project whatever you want. So I'll name it whatever I want. Now hit Create Project and wait for the project to open. So this is what you should see when you open your project. Wasting no time, let's get straight to the basics. This hierarchy window is where all the objects present in your game are stored. For now we just have two components in our game as shown, the main camera and the directional light. We'll get to them later. Now this is your project window where all the files of your game are stored, for example your code, libraries and assets etc. Every single file used in making of your game is present in here. This right here is your scene window where all the process of making your game takes place. You can use right click to look around, and by using WSAD keys along with holding the right click you can move around in the game. This is the sun in our game that provides light and shadows in our game. And this is the camera. It is what you see through in the game. Now this is the game window where you play and test your game. This was all about the windows you see here. Now let's create something for our game. To do this, go to Game Object then 3D Object and select any shape you want. Here I'm selecting a plane. You can use the arrows to move the plane in any direction. To rotate the plane on any axis, hit T on your keyboard while the plane is selected. Now you can rotate the plane in any direction. To change the size of the plane, hit R on your keyboard while the plane is selected. Now you can increase the scale of your plane in any direction. If you mess up something, you can always go back by Ctrl+Z. You can also perform actions with object with the on-screen buttons shown in the scene window instead of keyboard shortcuts. Let's move our camera so that we can see our plane in our game. You can also see camera view in the bottom right of the scene window. So now we're done setting up the camera, but everything looks pretty basic. So to add a color to our plane, right-click in the project window, go to Create and select Material. You can name it whatever you want. So I'll name it whatever I want. Now drag and drop it on your plane. Now select your material from project window and change the color however you like. In case I forgot to mention, the inspector window shows the details about the object that is currently selected. So select your material and change its color in the inspector window. You can mess around with different options here and see how it looks like in the bottom of the inspector window. For now I'll keep it basic, so you might be thinking what happens if I play this game. Let's find out. Hit the play button and you'll be sent to the game. As you can see, nothing is happening. That's because we haven't added any gameplay to our game. So to create some basic gameplay, go to Game Object and select any shape. For now I'll go with ball. Now it's below the plane, so let's just place it in position quickly. Now if you hit play the ball should fall down, but it doesn't as we haven't added any weight or gravity to it. So exit game mode, select your ball. Here click on Add Component and search for Rigid Body and simply click on it to add it to your ball. Now if you hit play button it should work perfectly fine. It does. You can use Ctrl+D to simply duplicate any object and now just drag it out from the original. So now you can see we have two balls and the second ball has the exact same components and features as the first one. Arrange them in any position. Hit play and you can see both the balls can collide with each other and roll on the plane. That's the end of this video.